online, and I'll give you the number of suggestions, and then you just pick a number, and then I'll tell you what suggestion that corresponds to, and then yeah, we just go for like I don't know, we go for like 10 minutes. I'll look for an out. Feel free to play however you want. A lot of them have been like real time mono scenes, but they don't have to be that way. It's just whatever strikes you. That's it.
All right.
Uh, and then I'm
So,
doing one right after with
yeah,
with someone you may know. We're doing it like right afterwards, which is awesome.
yeah, with Jay.
Yeah. And you used to be in a group together?
We are, yeah. We
Or you
when
still
we're in,
are?
yeah, when we're in the same city, we perform. So this is kind of like us performing together.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, and it's so cool that you're able to now do these kind of shows without
Yeah,
having to be in the same city.
yeah.
Uh, all right, so we have 74 suggestions. So pick a number 1 to 74.
Well, my go-to is always 27. So
Oh,
I'll go with 27.
hell yeah, dude. 27. 27, the sevens have been getting selected a lot, like 7 or 17 or 27. So this is right in line.
All right. I
Yeah.
just hope I understand what the suggestion is.
Yeah. Well, let's see. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so this comes from Michael. And our suggestion is fish and chips. Fish and chips.
Okay,
Thanks, Michael.
thanks. You're having fish and chips again.
Yeah, I mean, can you smell it? It smells so good.
Yeah, actually, just as I turned the corner, I kind of smelled it.
Oh, and this is the best place to get it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it is, this is my top fish and chip shop. I mean, yeah, I guess, salt chips is my first one, obviously. And then I love going to Brainerd's. I love going to Smoky Joe's. I love going to Thompson's. And those are like my top five. But this is, nothing says a great kickoff to a weekend than fish and chips lunch on a Friday.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. That's
You want you want to
funny. Sorry,
you want to have some? You want to sit down?
really?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
you'd,
yeah.
you'd give me some of your fish and chips?
Yep, absolutely. I'll be honest, I can't eat all of it. I mean, they give you three huge pieces of fish, and I shouldn't. I'm trying. I got a cholesterol check, and my cholesterol is way high, and my sodium's way high. So you'd be doing me a favor, friend, if you want to sit down and have some.
I'm happy to help out.
Great.
I'd be honored. Wow, thanks.
Yeah. I feel like I interrupted you. You were going to say something before that.
No, it's just I've seen you here before. That's that's I'm sure it was weird just me walking up going fish and chips. It just feels like I kind of know you already. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Your face looks familiar.
Yeah, I'm usually over at that table, and I usually go with the burger. The burgers here are great.
Oh,
Um,
burgers are outstanding.
yeah, yeah. But fish and chips, great, great.
Oh, why did you come come sit down? Come on. I usually eat alone, and you know
I
what?
know.
I'm missing the human contact. I come in here and I worked right across the street, and so I come in here, but I just don't give myself enough time. I take a 20-minute lunch. That's not enough time. So if you would do me if you do me the honors of sitting down, it'd be really great for companionship. Like, I'd love to have lunch with you.
I have to say the reason I came over is, like I said, I've been sitting there by myself, just seeing you sitting by yourself. So I just kind of guessed we could sit together.
What courage? What courage? You said I'm gonna I'm gonna have a human connection today.
I'll be honest, I would not walk up to anyone. It's just that I've seen you here so many times. You look friendly. It's just and now just in a minute you offered me some fish and chips. So obviously, intuition works.
This is meant to be. This is not a chance happening. This is not a I'm going to, this was meant to be. This was the universe pushing us together. That's what it was. We were supposed to have lunch. We were supposed to have lunch.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, here, here, just grab a plank.
Wow, these are really big, eh?
I told you. I mean, they are enormous, and most of the time, you know what? I take half back, and I have it at night for dinner. But I much rather give you some than to take it home. I mean, it's just I felt like I'm getting in a routine, and I like having this little break of a routine.
That's incredibly friendly. You're giving me your food instead of having dinner tonight.
Yeah,
That's wow.
yeah. Well, I mean, what's more important? I've had this chip, this fish for years now. Years I come here every Friday. I'm also a guilty Catholic. And so Friday has to be meatless day, even though we can have fish, which is a whole nother conversation I don't know if I can get into right now, but I feel like I should. But I've been in this nice, comfortable rhythm, and in one way it served me well, but in another way it's like it has forced me to not be interactive. I usually sit here with my phone.
Yeah,
My phone I left in the office. And so if I had this is why I'm saying the universe brought us together. Had I
I
brought the
wouldn't
phone
have
down,
I wouldn't have gotten up here if you didn't have if you would still have your phone because
yeah,
I'm like, well, then you're probably busy. I'm weird like that. I have all these social rules. Like if you're looking a bit too much the other way, I won't say hi because I'm like maybe you're looking somewhere else. And if someone's with their phone, that's a big no-no.
yeah.
So, yeah. Otherwise, if you still had your phone, no, this wouldn't have happened.
I was taught from a young age, keep your head down. Don't look people in the eye. If you do, look away. If they want to talk to you, they will, but do not interact with them that way. It's not polite. Like that's something it was instilled in me for years and years and years. And now I feel like that's been somewhat of a detriment because how many opportunities are missed because we're doing that, because we're looking on our phone, because we're not looking people in the eye, because if somebody looks at us, we quickly look away.
That's true. It's true. I never thought of it that way. I was just I've because it was the same for me. If people want to talk to me, they'll start talking to me. I just wait. But now I realize I could start talking.
Yes. I mean, two of us, think about it, two of us, I mean, we've been coming here, we see each other. Neither one of us wanted to start talking. We both had the attitude of like, well, maybe if they start talking first. So
Yeah,
we missed out on that connection because of those social rules that what we put on ourselves, right? We put those on ourselves. We learn them from other people, and they don't know. My parents didn't know any more than I did about social rules, but they just thought that's what we should do. They immigrated to this country, so they wanted to fit in. They wanted to blend in. So that's why they were like, don't, hey, keep your head down, don't make noise.
just do your thing.
Do your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. If we kept doing our thing, we would still be sitting in different sides
Yes.
of the restaurant.
Yes. Hey, you on the on the burger side and me on the fish and chip side.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll tell you, I've been having the worst week. I've been
Really?
having just it was a bad week. It just is one of those weeks that I look back now and I laugh because I'm like, man, that was just not a pleasant week at all. And so I couldn't wait for this weekend to start. And now, like you're helping me kick off this weekend.
Get it started quicker if you too.
Yes. I'm Dan.
Oh, I'm Harry.
Hey Harry, nice to meet you. Is that a family name? Like
Yeah, yeah. It's been passed down on from my father and his father, and yeah.
Mine too. My
Oh,
dad,
really?
yeah, my dad was a Dan, never Daniel, never Danny. He's like Dan, and I'm a Dan, and his father is, yeah. It's a name that just keep passing down, and if I ever have kids, I'm probably gonna name my kid Dan.
Right. It's fun. I get a lot of Harold, but I'm as well. I know it's Harry.
You're a strict Harry guy.
Yeah,
You
I'm
look like a
Harry.
Harry.
Well, thanks. I get that a lot, actually. You look like a Dan.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I never could see myself as a Danny or a Daniel. I always think like Dan, like that's just who I am.
Yeah,
Dan the man is what people call me because people love nicknames that rhyme.
yeah. It makes sense though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm having such a good time. I forgot to eat. It's still.
Well, here, eat. I was gonna take 20 minutes, but today I'm gonna go back whenever our conversation is done.
Wow. Yeah. So I don't mean to keep you, Dan the man, but I'm having a great time. So
That's a thing, Harry. You're not keeping me. In fact, you are so not keeping me. That office across the street, that's what's keeping me. This is
right,
freeing me. Yeah.
right. Oh, wow. Hmm.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Dan.
Scene. Oh, those fish and chips are good.
That's so good. Much better
Oh,
than some things.
that was so fun, man. Oh, I
I
loved
was
it.
just waiting for something weird to start happen, like stalker action or something, but it was just friendly.
Well, what I feel like happens a lot is that people aren't aren't comfortable enough just to have like recognizable conversations, so they want something big to happen.
Yeah,
And I'm cool with like, I don't know, what's your name? Like, I think it's so much more fun and interesting to watch two people have conversations that anybody could have, where they're like, "Oh, I've had that. I know that guy." I think that's so much more fun to do, and that I really enjoyed that you didn't feel like you had to throw some big bomb in that can kind of, you've been in those scenes where it's like it comes out of nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
And then you're, as the scene partner, you're like, wait, what just happened now? And they're like, did you see? Somebody shot someone.
What?
You're like, oh, okay, cool. Uh, how did you get into improv?
It started when I was young, in sixth, seventh grade. We had some theater stuff at school, and then I just kind of continued that way. Before I even knew it was improv, we were doing improv, and I didn't know it. And then when we finished school, I had the craving, like I gotta do more improv, and then so started doing it again, and then just never stopped.
You kept going like down to the docks and the wharf in the middle of the night. Like, you got improv? Hey, anybody got improv?
Just a little bit. I can stop singing whenever I want to.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. How are you liking the virtual improv compared to the stage in person improv?
I prefer on the stage because I can actually have the person there and touch and see the whole body. But I so enjoy doing this, and also because it gives you the opportunity to do different things
Yeah.
that wouldn't be able to do on stage. So it's I mean, and I love that we've been able to do it now throughout this whole Corona. It's great.
And I feel like we're just scratching the surface of what we can do because we can now do things like, oh, we can start going closer to the camera or farther away or actually exit and enter so we can start playing with the technology more than I feel like early on. there was a lot of fighting against it because we love doing it in person so much with someone that we were trying to fight the reality of what this is. And so now I'm like, oh, there's a world of opportunity to use this technology into our advantage. And like you're saying, to be able to do something we haven't done before.
Yeah. And it's great, like for workshops and courses. I took a course with a guy in New York. And I'm like, oh, great! Just a
Right.
bunch from all over the world of us. This is awesome.
And that's, yeah, that's the biggest, the biggest thing I think that's happened is you no longer have to travel to a city or to a certain theater. If there's a teacher you've always wanted to take a class with, now is the time to reach out because I'm telling you, they've got time and availability. So if there's someone you're like, I've always wanted to study with that person, you can find them online and easily work with them now.
Yeah, cool. I'm excited to see how it's gonna change. Like once, hopefully, things go back to normal, how much of the online scene will still be there. I'm excited to see how much it's gonna change.
I think I think it's here to stay.
Mm.
I think it's there are going to be situations like this of just like two-person or four-person online scenes. I think people are starting to get ideas of a hybrid model too of like how when we go back to the stage, how can we incorporate this? Is there a way we can bring the technology onto the stage and combine the best of both worlds? So yeah, I think it's a great putting it in terms of being excited. I think absolutely it's exciting of now the possibilities of what we can do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's cool.
you could be on your home stage and you could be working with someone who has decorated their room to look like that stage and now it to be able to blend the two and like with things like holograms and like virtual reality and all that stuff. I think because it's we've been focused on doing virtual improv for so long, now it's going to be built upon, whereas before we had this capability. You and I could have at any point done
Yeah,
this, but we didn't see there was no need for it in our minds. We were like, well, I guess we just won't be able to do stuff unless we're in the same space or go to this festival. But now we see the applications, and so we've got a lot of minds churning of like how can we make this work moving forward.
yeah.
uh what's Are you teaching at all? Are you doing any teaching or and like how is that, because as you know it's a complete trying to teach online. Performing online is easier than trying to teach online, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've done a little bit of teaching online, but then I've been lucky. So here in Sweden, um, everything's been running kind of smoothly.
Yeah.
So I've been able to have in-person classes anyways and workshops. Spoiled. Um, but
How dare your country take the appropriate measures to help with this virus? How dare your country?
I'm sorry, we haven't even started raking yet. So I'm sorry. Sorry.
Dude, take it from me as an expert. You really need to start raking that forest floor. Okay.
Yeah. No, but I've been enjoying it, and there's been a few of us we've been getting together to do different kind of shows and try to like explore the
Yeah.
format and like what can we do, and it's been fun.
If people want to reach out to you, like let's say they do want to, either work with you or have you come teach them or something like that, like what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, most of what I do is in Swedish, but they can find that. My company is called MindMelt, so mindmelt.se or MindMelt on Facebook. And if you find, actually, I can do this. Maybe I can, or maybe I can't. No, I can't. I was gonna put a logo so you find it,
Ooh.
but it's not there. So yeah,
Well, I'll put all of that in our description here.
nice. Yeah,
Uh,
well, that's where you would find me.
Oh man, it was awesome to play with you, and whether it's in person or another virtual scene, I can't wait to do it again, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy, we'll see. We'll talk soon.
See ya. Have fun with the next Jay.
Yeah, see you, buddy.